from the Sisters of Mercy. I'm here with John Leslie on Formula One, and we have a competition for you. You can win all these fabulous prizes if you answer this question for us, which is, how many members are there in the Sisters of Mercy, as I'm now speaking? And the address to enter is the Sisters of Mercy, Formula One, P.O. Box 4DX, London, W1A, 4DX, England. And while you're thinking about that, here's our new single.
Well, joining me as promised, my star of the week, Patricia from Sisters of Mercy. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Things busy just now? You're all over the place?
Very busy. That's what happens when you finally have hit records. No time.
Is this chart success changing you, do you think?
No. No, we're still the same. Get a lot less sleep, but we're still the same.
Oh, what? Well, you haven't been with the band for too long. Was it 1986 you joined?
Right, yeah.
Well, what were you doing before that?
I was in a band called the Gun Club, and about 5 years ago, Andrew, while he was in the Sisters and I was in Gun Club, we toured together and became friends, and knew one day we would do this and cause a little bit of trouble.
Uh-huh. So was that on tour in Europe or America? Because you actually come from Hollywood, don't you?
Los Angeles, yeah, from Los Angeles.
So how did you get into the music business out there? Was it something you've always...
No, actually, I wanted to be a veterinarian, which is an animal doctor, but I didn't have enough money, so I'm doing this instead.
Bit of a diverse thing away from the music business?
No, I'm still working with animals.
Yeah? What sort of things do you do then for that?
What do I do for that?
Yes, I mean, it's not a sort of usual hobby, as it were.
Oh, no, I do interviews and go to the record company and things like that. There's all kinds of creatures.
Doing well. Right, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at one of the first videos. I mean, it's very powerful. This was in a, where was it? Down the docks, I heard, wasn't it? Did you catch the cold?
No, surprisingly enough, but then again, I was in that rubber stuff, so everyone else was soaking wet and I kept dry.
It's a very powerful sound. Do you have much of an input for what actually goes into the record just now? Do you, Andrew, sit down and say, look, I want this record to sound like this?
Yes.
And then
we hire the people that will give us that sound. We worked with Jim Steinman on this Corrosion because we wanted that big, big sound. He had worked with Meatloaf and Bonnie Tyler, and I think he did well by us. 45-piece choir to begin with and everything.
Yeah, how did you get involved with that? The choir? I'll tell you what, we'll talk about the choir after this one. Let's have a look. The powerful sound of Sisters of Mercy. Here is this Corrosion. How did they manage actually to get 45 people, the choir? Did Jim Steinman actually fix it all up?
Well, we asked actually for the Harlem Boys Choir. At first we wanted them, but they read our lyrics and said no. Never really gave us a correct reason, but they didn't think this Corrosion is what they wanted to be singing. So Jim Steinman called the New York Choral Society who he works with, and they were wonderful. They really got into it because they don't usually do that sort of thing, and it worked really well. So
where did they actually record the chorals?
Yes.
In New York?
In New York, yes.
How long did that take?
Just one night for that, just one night.
Powerful stuff. Great, we'll talk to you more in lap 2, but meanwhile, to take us up to a quick break, here's Jeff Williams, There's a Need. That Zig Zig, of course, had one of the mega hypes of the 80s, and just you actually know some of the members from Zig, don't you?
Yeah, the female in it. Yeah, Yana Yaya, I believe her name is. She's a friend. And she just happened to tell me that they're going to be doing some shows really soon.
Great stuff. They're recording some material as well, are they?
Yeah, they're still recording.
So, Sisters of Mercy, we can come back to yourselves. You've just had a big whack of a studio put in one of the houses or something, £250,000. Now, is that going to help you?
We have.
Is that helping you with your recording for new material, rather than having to book studios? Obviously, you've got your own input at home.
Yes, well, we made mistakes last time. It took us a year to get the album out, and hopefully this time we'll have learned from the past, and we're going to try it a little bit differently, but we do have to have a place to put all the equipment, and I guess that's what you're referring to, but we don't have a place yet.
It will be here. So what sort of problems did you have when you were recording the album last time?
Well, we really had to record it twice because the first producer didn't really understand what we were trying to do. And we would have had a very successful album, but unfortunately neither of us would have been able to live with it. It isn't what we wanted, so we redid it.
Right, and successful was the name of the game. Now, Sisters of Mercy, they were actually going before you joined. Were you a big fan then before you met Andrew and everything?
Yes, it was great when we toured with them, my other band did, because I could watch them every night. I really was a Sisters fan.
Has the stage show changed since then to what it is now?
Yeah, there isn't one now. We haven't played, and we won't be playing for quite some time. We want to go back into the studio first and then do some shows, but no touring. When we play, we want the shows to be really special, something worth waiting for.
Well, because, I mean, you won, what was it, Video of the Year or something for 1986 when you played the Royal Albert Hall in 85. I mean, that must have been something rather spectacular.
Yeah, that meant a lot to Andrew, for a rock band to be playing the Royal Albert Hall. It means something a lot in England. Something coming from America doesn't mean that much to me. It's just another venue.
Bigger places, yeah.
Right.
Let's have a look at Sisters of Mercy. This is actually before you joined, so we won't see you in this one. This one's called Walk Away. So I'll tell you what, back in part 3, there's going to be more from Patricia and Sisters of Mercy. Let's have a look at a Formula 1 hotshot. July 3, and still with me is my special guest Patricia from Sisters of Mercy. Just had a little look at UB40 with the help of Africa Bambaataa, those funk men, and the new single from them, Reckless. Now, coming up, we've got a classic clip from the Beatles. Are you one of these people who are influenced by the Beatles?
No, I was more of a Stones fan.
A Stones person, yeah. Do you think they've had a big influence on you?
Not a big influence, but they were definitely there.
Who would you say out of everybody has had the most effect on your music, the way it sounds, if you just put that yourself?
No one really. No one's had an effect on it. They've all been their bits, but not really an effect.
Just out of your brain?
Yeah.
Nah. Let's have a look at the classic clip. Here's the Beatles. Still with me, my special guest Patricia from Sisters of Mercy. Now, one of your strong points, apart from your strong visual image on stage, is your videos. Now, with Dominion, you went to Jordan for that. That must have been some experience over there.
Well, after seeing this corrosion and remembering how wet it all was, we decided to go to someplace very dry. So we picked the middle of the desert and had great fun making it. Really good.
How long did it take?
It took us 2 days. The director went earlier to suss out all the areas and everything. It was done in a city called Petra, which is an ancient stone city. It's actually carved out of the rocks, and at one time there was 50,000 people living there. Now there's nothing. It's really, no, it's amazing to see.
So you must have enjoyed making that one. Did you stay there for longer yourself?
No, we couldn't. We had to hop off somewhere else. We would have loved to.
So you didn't manage to get tan or anything?
No, we got a very good sunburn, though, it must have been, and windburn.
So the director for that, you actually picked him yourself, didn't you? Because you've seen a video of his previous work. What was his name?
His name was David Hogan. He had done a song by Bob Seger called Like a Rock, and I thought anyone who can make an amazing video for a song called Like a Rock is someone we should have a look in at. And he also did the Prince You Got the Look video.
So is he going to be working on future Sisters of Mercy?
You never know. If he's what we need again, perhaps.
Well, I don't think you can get much better than this. Let's have a look. Sisters of Mercy and a classic video. This one's going to be one to watch for a long time. Dominion. Prizes here. You brought in quite an array. What's this CD single of Dominion? The special limited edition of the cassette
box.
Right. You've got the album up here.
All right.
Picture you like.
Yes.
Yes. And
that's a 12-inch box set, believe it or not, and it has a pretty groovy poster inside. And it has Emma on the B-side, which is a song that the sisters used to do, and we did it, finally put it on vinyl.
I'll tell you what, one thing, there's one of the posters in here. This is what they can actually win as well. This is quite an amazing shot, this. Where was this done? Can you pick this one up?
That was done out in an area called the Fens, which is basically swampland, and it was sinking as we were standing there taking that shot.
It looks rather warm. Was it hot?
It was freezing. It was completely freezing.
What time of day was that?
That was at the evening, but we started quite early to get the shot.
Things you've got to do, huh?
Yep.
Well, how can they win these fabulous prizes then?
They can win these things by answering this question, which is, how many members are in the Sisters of Mercy right now?
Okay, there it is. Question very simple for the Sisters of Mercy. Fabulous prizes there. How many members are in the band at this moment? If you know the answer, if you don't, you better start finding out. Here's the address to write your entries into. Write to me, John Leslie, at Formula 1, P.O. Box 4DX in London, W1A 4DX in England. Okay, you'll we know the answer here. So we'll keep that here, we'll keep the prizes, and we'll let you know in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. But until the next time, Patricia, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you, John.
Best of luck with your future. What's coming up now? Anything?
Off to the studio again, get started on the next one.
Oh, work and no play, huh?
Yep.
These women have work, this is what I like. Until the next time, for me, John Leslie, and Patricia, it's bye-bye.